Hello everyone, and thank you for enrolling into my Penetration Tester Career Path Bundle. This will be one of the videos that will be created every week. I will create a set of videos every week that will give you tips and tricks related to how to qualify yourself to become a penetration tester, professional penetration testing, within the timeline that we promised, within from 8 to 10 weeks. So during those series of videos, I will give you some guidelines and some points that you need to consider if you need to work as a professional penetration tester. As I explained in my first introduction lecture in the course, penetration tester or testing has a very high demand in the market today for many reasons. As a compliance requirement, as a framework requirement, as a main requirement for any business who are using different e-services. So it has a very high demand. And we did some search on different job websites, and we saw how much or the amount of requirement for such a job, and what is the average salary as well. So since this will be the first lecture, and every week we're gonna have a lecture like that with some tips and tricks and guidelines, the first lecture I would like to highlight some point before starting your training. First, you need to take some notes, by the way. Whenever we are doing such lecture, it's better to take some notes and to put your plan according to some milestones that we're gonna explain. So first, let me see the opening for penetration testing. You will find a lot of opening for penetration testing, and you can search in different websites, but it will be a good idea before starting your training just to check few jobs. What exactly is the job description? What kind of skills do I need to get? And I suggest not to do that after finishing all the courses, but doing that right now. At least you'll be knowing while studying the courses what kind of skills it's really needed in the market. So I suggest before starting my track to go through some of those websites and start checking different websites and what are their requirements. So let's see, for instance, this is a penetration testing remote position, which is quite good, by the way, because you're going to be doing penetration remotely. And if you do like going briefly through job description, you will see that they are looking for someone who are familiar with penetration testing as a process and vulnerability assessment. Now, those two tasks are very related. And actually, this is what will be explained in our career path. What is a vulnerability assessment? Because it's one of the steps of penetration testing. You usually start by vulnerability assessment, then penetration testing. So you need to know how to do both of them and what will be the result. And most important, how to write down a report for management. And actually, this is the main challenge, because usually your report will be first going to the management, and management, it's not really talking technical. So you need to simplify the report as much as you can, showing the weakness, showing the mitigation plan, showing the recommendation. And actually, this is what I'm going to teach you doing, how to do a professional penetration testing and a vulnerability assessment report. And most of the interviews that you're going to attend, they will ask you, what was the major finding in a penetration testing project that you work on it, or a vulnerability assessment project? So in this part, I'll be giving you all the required information and skills and tools that will allow you to do that in a very professional way, and then simplify the result into a report. So this is common in any job, that you should be familiar with vulnerability assessment and penetration testing phase and results and so on. Also, one of the points that you will find, which is communicating clearly with the stakeholders. This is a project management skills, where how can you or what is the proper way for communication with different entity in the organization. So if you are doing a penetration testing for a network, you need to communicate with the network team, and there is some inputs that you're going to need from their side, and the report will be submitted to them, the technical report. While if you are doing for a web application, maybe you need to communicate with developers. This will be covered, but as a business perspective, not as a technical perspective. Working with exploit, this also will be covered in a very important section in our course, how to work with the exploit. Performing network system and application level vulnerability and penetration testing. The reason I'm going through the job responsibility is that I want you to take notes about that and then consider that as a checklist. So once you finish a course or a training from our bundle, then you can check from this specific checklist how many topics you covered, how many topics you are comfortable doing. This is very important because we will be interacting during this pass, and I have to make sure what is your weakness to send you the proper resources. The documentation, very, very important, and I will share with you excellent templates that you can use. Because if you write a report, maybe you have a very good technical skills, you are an excellent penetration tester, but you don't know how to write that in a report, it's useless. Because after all, management need something to understand. They are not concerned if the system has been compromised or not, but they need to know what is the weakness and what is the recommendation. Analyze engagement, reports. This is also a project management skills that will be covered. Penetration testing project management skills. Cyber threats, we have a good topic related to that. SIM solution. Actually, I didn't add anything related to SIM solution, but if I really may add a topic related to the SIM solution. And SIM solution is just a solution that analyze different logs. And from the logs, you can get some results. So most probably, I'm going to add a SIM solution part to this training. So those are actually the main skills or the main job requirement, which you're going to find them common in most of the penetration testing project. And actually, it's not that hard. It's 90% of what we have here. It's included in the training, and 10% will be included additionally to the training. Now, what kind of skills and knowledge? Also, we need to understand that. Forget about the year of experience, because this will be covered by some projects that you're going to get involved with me. Besides, usually they are writing year of experience, but when you go there, they will first consider the knowledge that you have. They will not consider the year of experience. And I'm going to tell you how to gain year of experience easily. Performing penetration testing, he should be knowing Kali, Linux, Nmap, and all those tools are added to the bundle. So going through the tools, it's one of the requirements. You will find that they are asking for some certificate, OSPF, CISSP, different kind of certificate, but you should have a certificate. This is quite important. It doesn't matter which certificate, but you should have a penetration testing certificate. It could be CEH, it could be GPEN from JIAC, and so on. So I suggest that you should start by knowing what are job description before starting the training. Then move to the training, and from those job responsibility or job description, prepare your checklist. Those are the points that I need to cover. Okay. The second website that I would like to refer, and actually this will be a website that you're going to create an account after finishing the training, which is this website, Upwork. Upwork is a website for freelancing. And one of my, one step in my plan is that after you finish the training and take the certificate, you should have a profile here. Maybe you are not looking for a freelancing penetration testing, but this will get you the, year of experience or amount of experience that you need to have in case you are applying for a job. So it will be something that you can add to your CV, that you have a profile as a penetration tester on Upwork. Now, if you go here and check for those people profile, you will get to know what exactly the skills that they have. And then you can relate that to what we explain in the job description. So here, as you can see, this guy, for instance, he's a professional penetration tester. He's charging as a freelancer remotely $75 per hour, and job accomplished 93%. And then if you check his profile, you can find the amount of hour he delivered, the amount of money he earned, what kind of job he did. And this will give you an idea about what kind of skills is needed. So now you will be able to understand what jobs are available for penetration testing with the job responsibility or job description, and what are the professional skills any penetration tester need to have. So this should be a start. Before starting your career path, just take notes about that. What exactly you need to gain while you are doing this career path, and then what are the job description that is so common that you need to get yourself ready and add those skills to your CV. Again, this lecture or this video will be created once per week, where we're gonna take some tips and tricks and guidelines to help you get yourself ready as a real professional penetration tester, not just someone who holds a couple of certificates. This is not our aim. So best of luck.